Hello, welcome back to the FSD Hot Rod Ranch. I'm Joshua Phelps, and today we've got a truck in our collection that's probably spawned one of the number one selling trucks in the nation. Of course, I'm talking about the Ford F-150. And this model right here, the Ford F1, is the one that started it all. But over time, our 1951 got restored into a beautiful show horse, painted in a turquoise steel that definitely grabs your attention. And of course, this thing was made to be presentable. No longer a workhorse truck. That's why it's got the bumpers fully removed, giving it a nice clean finish. The American Racing Torque Thrust wheels staggered front and back with a nice deep dish, and also wrapped in BF Goodrich Radial TA tires. And up under the hood is a Vortec 5.7-liter 350 V8 engine with an Edelbrock Performer 4-barrel carburetor, long tube headers, and of course, power disc brakes up front with a 700 R4 automatic. But you know, I could talk all day about this truck and how awesome it is to drive. But let's actually head over to an interview we did earlier this week with Ashley, who used to own this beautiful Ford F1.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got the little F1?
We actually were looking, I love trucks. So me and my husband, we're in military. So whenever we PCS somewhere, we'll sell the old car and we'll get a new one when we get to our next location. Basically, we've had a lot of cars, but I'm a truck girl and it was my turn. So it was my turn to pick. So we were looking at different stuff and I just love like the body style and the shape of the Ford F1 and especially the older one. We were looking for the older model because I love like the fenders and how they just curve everywhere. I love the wood backs. We found this one and it was in North Carolina and we're stationed in South Carolina. So we drove to go and look at it. We got to this house and it's just like one of those things that like you don't expect something when you go and visit or go to look at a car. This guy's house and his land was straight out of like American Pickers. He had so much stuff. He had 2 full pole barns full of classic cars. So of course, when we got there, we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to talk about the truck, but I kind of want to see what else you have. So he gave us like the full grand tour of his pole barns, all the cars that he had. And this is actually his wife's truck. It was a gift from him to his wife, and his wife wanted to sell it so she could get different kind of, I guess like a loading truck. She had actually upscaling her miniature goat farm. She had been raising miniature goats, and so she wanted to get a better truck to be able to like pull different stuff. So this was her kind of decision. So I dealt with her mostly. We went and took it on a test drive. It drove really, really well, and it was in really good shape. So we were like, you know what, we're going to kind of just go ahead and pull the gun on this one and get it. And I'm telling you what, it's just been like the coolest car ever. We've won multiple like car shows with it. I've even had a few instances where people that we work with on base, they used it. One of our guys, he was having a baby and he used it for his gender reveal photos because they were having a boy. So they used the truck and they had a photographer and we went and met them and they used the truck and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. And we also let some people use it for like family photos for a Christmas card. So we had like, they had brought like all their own stuff to put in the bed of the truck and they took like really cute like family photos for their Christmas card and everything. Another person we had let borrow for their wedding pictures. So we'd actually brought it to the site and they had actually taken pictures with the truck for their wedding. So everyone really loves this truck. So we redid the transmission on it just because we had looked at it and we wanted to make sure that everything was good to go. We were actually driving it for a while before we decided to do that. So we actually took it to one of our local car guys. It's like crazy how much people love to help in classic car circles. Like you'll find everybody that does everything at classic car shows, like that can help you fix anything or has a shop of their own that can, help you out. So we actually met a guy there. He also had a truck, but it was more of, I think it was a Chevy, but I can't remember what year it was, but it was super, super clean. He'd actually redone it for his wife. They did all the paint on it. It was so nice. He was talking to my husband and he was like, well, I own a transmission shop here. So if you guys want me to, like, I know you, like, not recently, but I know that you got the car from somebody else. So if you want me to do like a look over of it and like just to make sure that there's like, no hidden issues, like it might go down the road, I'll be happy to do that for you. So we were like, yeah, free checkup. I mean, shoot, we'll do that. So we brought it in and he looked at it and he's like, yeah, you should be fine, but later on down the road, you might want to get a different transmission, just because he felt like that there was a better model out there that was already on the truck, but there was a better one out there that could be put on there for better performance. And so we're like, sure, we can do that. That's no problem. So we had him go ahead and do all the transmission stuff for it. And after that, it just purred so much better. It just went so much better. It was a really, really good decision on our part.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
All right, so this is the interior for our Ford F1, and as you can tell, it is quite large and comfortable on the inside. The way they built these trucks is they had to make sure they had a lot of room, just in case somebody was a construction worker and they got in here with a hard hat. They had to have room for up there. I really like how they built these trucks. So they didn't have a whole lot of attachments or options to really choose from. So they had all your main essential items: a steering wheel, gauges, maybe a radio, definitely a ashtray, and a glove box. But kind of being built up as more of a street rod, more of like a resto mod, it definitely got a few modern upgrades that it definitely needed, especially if you wear it in or hot, such as air conditioning and heat, which is a must-have, especially if you live here in Florida. Plus, it's also got a digital radio that plays CD and has an aux cord up to it, so you can definitely listen to your tunes while you're driving down the road. A lot of times these trucks had huge steering wheels. This one actually got given a smaller steering wheel with a tilt steering column. So you have a little bit of extra leg room just in case you need it. And of course, the best part about it is we can go for a drive right now. All right, let's go for a drive in our Ford F1. Now, what they did with this truck is they did a beautiful restoration. These trucks were primarily workhorses, usually seen in the city, carrying lots of loads in the back of the bed, probably turned into a few like box-style trucks. But also these trucks were also seen in the country, hauling lots of hay, crops, and it's beautiful to see that this truck got turned into a beautiful resto mod / street rod. All right, so if you'd like to learn more about our 1951 Ford F1, powered by a Vortec 350 V8 with air conditioning, then head over to our website down in the description box below. It's www.fsdhotrodranch.com. There you can see the full listing with about 150 plus HD pictures inside and out and underneath, plus a fully detailed description list on about every nut and bolt on this F1. Plus, you also see the link to this video so you can watch it over and over again. You can do all that and more just by clicking the link in the description box below or by scanning that QR code down the bottom of the screen. Now, if you've seen the listing, you've watched the video half a dozen times, and you're ready to make the purchase to make this your new classic pickup truck in your collection, then give Miss Aunt Charlene a call at 689-688-6348. She'll be glad to take your call, answer all your questions, of course, get you close to the keys to this F1 pickup truck. Now, if you have a classic pickup that you're looking to sell, or maybe a whole collection that you're looking to sell, why don't you give us a call Monday through Friday and on the weekends. You reach my Uncle Steve Johnson at 352-973-2886. He'd be glad to take your call, learn more about your car or collection, and of course, you might even get a check in the mail from the Hot Rod Ranch. Now, before you go, thank you so much for watching this video edited by our producer, the K-Train. He does a lot of cool, awesome content here at the ranch, and you definitely do not want to miss the next video he makes. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button and then that notification bell. So the next time you upload a video, you'll be the first to know about it. Until then, we hope to see you soon here at the FSD Hot Rod Ranch.